Alright, so this is an overview of the project that I wish to do. And so what I want to do is to create an auto-rigging tool. This will be intended for biped characters, and it'll be used for two things. It'll be for game characters that can be brought into the Unreal or Unity game engine, and it will also be a modeling tool for me. So if I wanted to create a model, that was posed, this would be a tool to more easily pose a model. One of the things that I really want the UI for the tool to be able to do is I want it to be very clear and understandable every time I launch it up, because a lot of times when I rig, I might rig for a little bit and then go for a few months just doing modeling, and then I'll do rigging again. And so I don't want the tool to be complicated, because I would have to sort of relearn it each time if so. And the starting points for the tool being used would be a character model that's been organized in Maya with some base joints laid out already, and then the outliner organized. And so if I jump over to Maya, this is a model that I downloaded from the Anim School website, and I've just sort of created that sort of starting point for this. So I have the asset group here, and then I've got the model group, and then the rig group. And so if I go and open up the rig group, I have all these different hierarchies laid out for, like arms, shoulder, all the hands, all that kind of thing, and sort of the layout for the face. And this body joint system is based off of what I learned in the intermediate rigging class, and this face area right here is based off of what I learned in the advanced rigging class. And so the auto-rigger would just be taking what I've learned from those and just building them out quickly. If I go to the model group, the other thing to note about the starting point is that, is that I have already got it set up for the face rig. So this is my body geometry, and then this is a head geometry where a blend shape's already been applied, and so this is where my sort of face rigging part of it would go. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna hide that again. Alright, and I think that's it for that. Let me jump over to Balsamic, and this is the sort of UI that I was thinking of building. If I go to full screen, okay, here we go. Alright, so on the left here, this is sort of what I was thinking of as far as the UI goes, where you have I'm working on a biped for this class, but maybe in once I've got this working, I can do a quadruped, I can do a bird rig, or whatever else I need. But as far as getting the biped thing going first, I wanted to have like different sections: a torso section, an arm section, a leg. If I wanted a face rig, I would have a face section here, and then these little areas underneath these sections, these are kind of like the hierarchies that were in Maya. I don't know how best to lay this out. Like, I have the hand, ring, thumb, middle, index, pinky here, for example. It's understandable to me, but it's like a lot of stuff here, so I don't know if this is the best way to organize this or not. But what I want the option of doing is, let's say I was working on a biped which had 4 fingers and a thumb, and another one that had 3 fingers and a thumb. I would like the tool to be able to work for both of that. And if you were to click on one of these options, say like this arm right here, you would have some settings populate out. So for the arm, I would like to say I want this to be an arm for the left side, or I want it to be for the right side. And then I have a bit of a concern for the middle, which I've written out here, which I'll go over that in a bit. But basically I want to be able to choose which side I want this to be built for. And I also want the ability to modify the naming convention, right? So if I was going to use this in studio, maybe this naming convention here would work for one, but I might have to change it for another. So that's sort of the idea behind that. And so with the side, I figured that you would just sort of click a button and then it would build the side for that. And then for the naming convention, what would be nice is if you could say, if you could click this side right here and then like drag it around or do some method of sort of changing this stuff around so you get the naming convention that you want. And then underneath here, it just gives you an example of what you'll end up with, just to make it a little easier to see rather than say this right here. So going back to my concern about this, the left, right, middle, I want these options to change based on what is being selected here. So if I was doing a spine, only the middle should show up. If I was doing an arm, it would be nice if only the left and the right showed up. So I'm not sure if that's possible to do or not, but it's just one of those things that I was talking about at the beginning, where I would like to make the UI as clear as possible. So if it's possible to do that, that'd be really good. Anyway, that's what I have for now. Close this off.